All right, chat. Today we got Schlep. He posted a new video which actually has Chris Hansen in it. I thought this was gonna take way longer because they were talking about a documentary. I didn't think it was already in production, unless this isn't the documentary. I don't know, but anyways, Roblox Take a Seat featuring Chris Hansen. Yo, Roblox, let me tell y'all something. Y'all literally make no sense, my boy. Y'all banned somebody that was trying to keep y'all's community safe. They did it because what he was doing was giving them a bad image. But like how I've been saying, if the predators are already in your game, you already have a bad image, my boy. Y'all did it for the money, for the image, but it's ironic that you banned the one guy that was trying to do all that, and then y'all lost the money. That's tough. So anyways, they're protecting predators, bro. All right, let's check this out. Let's check it out.
The place where we filter all the text and the voice, where we monitor for critical harms, where there's no image sharing or any of the things that might happen from that.
I want to start off by saying that we all want to keep Roblox safe. We share this view, and we know that there's members of our community who feel strongly about that too. And you know what? We welcome them as part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox safer.
I want to highlight, we have always had safety as one of our top priorities.
I don't know, bro. You know you really messed up when Chris Hansen comes out of retirement, bro.
We've innovated with
For this.
on our own because we want to keep people on our platform.
This whole situation is kind of crazy.
Everybody go donate to this boy Schlep.
This is probably the worst decision this company has ever made.
Hashtag free Schlep on God.
Yeah, they actually need Schlep.
I'm wishing Schlep the best.
Roblox, you need to do something.
There's got to be something done. Nobody at Roblox listens to us. I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated.
Why should we support a platform?
And it's crazy. Oh, yo, WVTuber. Yo. I like his model. Anyways, it's crazy that this guy got involved. I don't know too much about Roblox or whatever, but apparently he is the biggest Roblox creator. So the fact that even he's upset and knows about what's going on and everything and calling them out, that's a huge W, bro. Because everyone needs to come together and literally hold them accountable, bro. It doesn't make any sense if someone is helping you, right? Catch these predators or helping your community, helping something. Why are you banning that guy? It doesn't make any sense.
Why should we support a platform that is taking steps to prevent predators from getting caught?
Thank you. WVT, by the way.
Roblox has just lost $12 billion in market value following their response to their cease and desist letter against me. Just for context, I'm someone who's gotten 6 predators within their community arrested in real life. That loss, though, isn't on me. It's a direct result of Roblox's own response to its child safety crisis. Instead of addressing the real issues, Roblox has doubled, tripled, even quadrupled down. They've put out statements after statements painting me and my team as reckless vigilantes while claiming that their platform is safe, when it absolutely is not.
It is not safe.
People are just seeing through this, and that's why a huge movement has started online called Free Schlep. It's been trending everywhere. Multiple members of Congress have now called out the company's child abuse problem, and the Attorney General of Louisiana has filed a giant lawsuit against the company for, and I quote, prioritizing user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety.
Thank you, and that's literally what I meant. Y'all prioritized all of that, and because of your decision, it just backfired. You banned the one, I keep saying this, I know it's redundant, but the one guy that you banned actually made you lose money. And it's just not money, chat. We talk about money with a B. Bunny. Shut your stupid. Like billions. Y'all lost billions, bro. And that's not just losing money. That's losing a lot of bread, bro. Dumb. Like, it's just dumb. It's a dumb thing to do.
And I quote, prioritizing user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. The day after the Attorney General's lawsuit was filed, Roblox's market value dropped by $12 billion.
Good, now they care.
The company scrambled to roll out new policies targeting the very not safe for work games featured in the lawsuit and my videos. Like, for instance, bathroom simulators. Mind you, the community has been calling out these games for years now, but still, even—
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Bro, Escape the Freaky Party Obby. The Road to Diddy's Party, Freaky Diddy Simulator. Yo, y'all are whirling.
In the lawsuit
what are these
and my
maps?
video. Like, for instance, bathroom simulator. Mind you, the community has been calling out these games for years now. But still, even after everything, instead of removing these blatantly inappropriate experiences, Roblox simply slapped a 17+ label on them. They also launched a ban wave against some of the worst games they've knowingly hosted for years. Games that have led thousands of children to getting extorted, And worse, Roblox's
Jesus.
actions are nothing more than damage control for the problems they've allowed to fester when the entire community was screaming at them to fix these problems. And the community saw that killing the messenger was an act of war.
Yeah.
Shortly after these changes, Roblox released a video so bad that it was community noted on Twitter twice. David Baszucki, the CEO of Roblox, Matt Kaufman, the chief safety officer of Roblox,
Fired.
and Eliza Jacobs, the senior director of product policy, did
Fired.
a 45-minute tech talk. Most of this is just corporate jumbo.
Yes.
But they go ahead and respond directly to their vigilante policy. Before I show this, I want you to remember, I'm the only person that Roblox has targeted with this vigilante policy that they just created. Not
And you
even
want to
my
know why? Because your methods actually work, which is crazy because, well, one, you're getting them from Roblox, and the measure that Schlep takes is so good because he gets all this evidence, sends it to law enforcement, sends it to, I guess, the FBI or whatever, and then the way he even organizes it and everything is like very well done, to the point that a case is made and actual justice is being served because they go to jail for it. And if you go to jail for it, right, that means it worked. So it's real. Like, he's actually, you know what I'm saying?
Only person that Roblox has targeted with this vigilante policy that they just created. Not even my team was moderated or given any legal letter. I begged for a clear line and even offered to keep much of my work private to help, and I'm no way obligated to do that, but instead they went straight after me, moderating my accounts and sending a cease and desist before I could even react to the policy. And let's be clear about one thing, I'm not a vigilante. That means I'm taking the law into my own hands. We work with law enforcement, which is why we have arrests. Roblox refuses to say my name because they'd have to acknowledge those arrests. But make no mistake, they're responding to the outrage, which is about me, and this is what they had to say about it.
Yeah, what did they say?
They first start off the interview by talking about how vigilantes started out as a good thing.
Both inside of Roblox, and I think that there are lots of people outside of Roblox who really have the best intentions and the welfare of our community at heart. We all want to keep Roblox safe. And you know what? We welcome them in part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox safer. And we have members of the community in these vigilante groups that started off in a really good place. They started off by saying like, hey, they're reporting on issues on Roblox. They're talking about how we could do better. And, you know, we paid really careful attention.
This statement is just laughably hilarious.
It
if
is.
Roblox is really paying attention, then what about when my mom emailed you guys about my own shooting case? What did you do then? Nothing. Actually, you kept paying the guy for years afterwards until you were literally forced to do something about it. If what Roblox was claiming was actually true, them listening to the community, why are the biggest content creators leaving your exclusive YouTuber program in protest of how you're moderating your platform? And I'm gonna actually bring up something later in this interview to show you how much of a joke this is. This here is Meep City, one of the most controversial games on Roblox. Creecraft, one of the largest Roblox YouTubers, joined this game and within 4 seconds was exposed to not safe for work content. The community has been complaining about this game for almost a decade now, but Roblox has still continued to leave this game up in platform.
But that's why, because it has a whole bunch of members. Yo, they really do care about profits. 1 million plus members. Oh my God. And bro, what they're doing in terms of the updates and basically what you're allowed to do. So one, right, there was like different, if you verify your ID or something, you're able to buy and sell any skins. That is kind of crazy because then if you combo that with VC, like voice chat, nah, you're done, bro. Like, you're actually done because now there are grown ass people and children, right? Because that's the majority of Roblox, you know, interacting with each other in these weird ass simulation role-playing like games. And also, I just still don't understand, even if he is a vigilante or whatever he is doing, him taking these predators off your game and bringing attention to it is good, because when you bring attention to something, it also creates awareness. So people will be aware that, like, oh my God, this takes place on Roblox. Let me be more aware of my surrounding and who I'm speaking to and like how things are done. I don't see anything bad about this. Why are you banning this guy?
This game up in platform. But CEO David Baszucki mentions this game by name, and here's their philosophy on this.
You know, I can see some of our community naming experiences on Roblox and just say, take it down, take it down, take it down. I'd say examples could be Meep City, for example.
He knows.
Like, why should that be up? Should that be down? Like, what's up?
I think one thing that's really challenging on this global immersive interactive platform is that we have content created by developers and creators and content created by the community, by the users that are in that game. And one thing that we really try to do is be fair to our developers and to not moderate them for the behavior of their users.
How is this a crazy math problem? This is so simple. The creator of this game wants these people in their game. How is this even controversial? The developer is giving the tools to the player to make this inappropriate content.
Yeah.
And that is the problem with Roblox. Roblox turns a blind eye unless the developers are blatantly making not safe for work games. And
Exactly. That doesn't even make any sense. Why would... Let me not moderate the creators based on the player's behavior. But the thing is, when there's a world and there is a behavior within the world, the only reason why that behavior exists is because the world allows it or it pushes it. You get what I'm saying? So for example, there's a simulation game, right? Or role-playing game. The reasons why behaviors of role-playing exist is because it is a role-playing game. So the game and the map and the developer push that narrative. Hey guys, this is a role-playing game, please role-play. So you get what I'm saying? The only reason why behavior exists is because the game allows it to. Am I bugging? Like, do I make sense with that? I don't know, but that's the whole point. You have to moderate the guy that made the game. There's only a behavior in the game because it is allowed.
Make this inappropriate content. And that is the problem with Roblox. Roblox turns a blind eye unless the developers are blatantly making not safe for work games. And even then, it is still on the line if Roblox will take action. Roblox might have just went back on their word regarding Meep City. This game had every inappropriate feature removed from it pretty much overnight. It's unknown if Roblox made Alex Neutron, the creator of Meep City, do this, but either way, it shows the public pressure is working. Games that Roblox is doubling down on are folding, so that's why it's really important to keep speaking up about this.
He made his money. He don't care.
Then we saw something change. What we saw is that some of these groups started engaging with the community in ways that violated our policies.
How?
And so let me explain what that means. They would go and create accounts on Roblox claiming to be a child.
Roblox keeps repeating this same talking that I'm impersonating and pretending to be a child. But here's the reality. You have to pretend to be a child because if the predators knew they were talking to an adult, that wouldn't even be a crime. You guys seem to be more upset that I'm pretending to be a child than predators are decoys. And if it wasn't our decoys, it would be a real person. It's also worth noting that the FBI, ICAC, and local law enforcement all use these same exact tactics.
Exactly.
Would Roblox be willing to send them a cease and desist too? And their claim that I'm impersonating children is flat out false. Impersonation means I'm stealing the identity of a real child. From the very beginning, we've never used real kids. We don't send pictures of real children, and we create totally new identities where every single photo that's sent is of someone that is of age. The only difference is we tell these people that we are underage. This
and
is
they still
flat
proceed.
out
Exactly, and they still proceed, bro. There's nothing wrong with this. It's because, bro. Bro, Roblox is actually laughable, man. It doesn't even make sense. They're actually more mad at him for trying to impersonate somebody, but the way he goes about it, he's not impersonating anybody. I think in their cease and desist, they called it simulating or something like that. But no matter what you call it, bro, the person, like the predator, falls for it. Whether he was impersonating or not, and he was an actual child, the predator's still there. He would have gone for it regardless. So what are you talking about? But yeah, those tactics are used everywhere, bro. That's how you catch that said predator. That's how you catch that robber. That's how you know what I'm saying? Nah, they really can't be for real, bro.
Identities where every single photo that's sent is of someone that is of age. The only difference is we tell these people that we are underage. This is flat out a lie, what they're claiming. But what happens next is so wild that the CEO of Roblox cuts off the chief safety officer.
And then they would enter into game servers and they would go and start asking everybody around them, how old are you? And they were seeking out adults. If you said that you were, or you said you were, move on. But if you said that you were 25, then they would start engaging in conversations and they would try and use those conversations to simulate.
Matt, is this Is this anecdotal? Because I know we have chat logs for all chat on Roblox and historical records. So are you able to kind of...
David totally derails that conversation. That statement is probably the most wild made by Matt Kaufman in this whole interview. To simulate what?
Body
Matt
language.
Kaufman? Because it's not simulation. These are predators thinking that they're talking to someone that is real. And they a lot of times want to show up in person and do stuff to them in real life. And in my opinion, this shows how little Roblox actually cares about this problem. They can say whatever they want. They can talk about all the new safety features that they're rolling out, but it means nothing if lawsuits are being filed every single week against the company and headlines are making the media about a new horrible situation happening because of this platform. I also want to say how they totally mischaracterize how I run my decoy operation. We are never the first to engage with any of the predators.
Boom, there
they
you go.
always contact our decoy account first.
Boom.
So we saw these actors, they're pretending to be kids, they're trying to find adults, and then what they're doing is they're trying to move the conversation as quickly as possible to other platforms that don't have the type of monitoring and policies that Roblox has. And
But
then
your
they were
monitoring
using
sucks.
that activity that happened on other platforms to create situations that they would then video, they would report to the police, and then only after would they let Roblox know.
Roblox is accusing me of encouraging adults to talk inappropriately to people they shouldn't. That is not true, and if it was true, I wouldn't have a single arrest.
Damn.
We present ourselves as
What's
a
good,
naive
Pano?
kid who doesn't know about these topics.
Whoa. I'm going to make you have the best time of your life. So this is what a predator, by the way, is approaching this quote unquote like underage account with. That's crazy.
Crimes like this should obviously be reported to law enforcement first, not Roblox.
Yeah,
If Roblox
yeah.
is notified before the police, they can delete accounts, tip off the predators that are being investigated, and give them a chance to erase valuable evidence that the police need to prosecute. The fact that these predators are on the platform to begin with shows that their safety systems have failed. If
Exactly.
Roblox did their
And
job,
that's another thing too. Like the guy cut him off or whatever, and them being aware of Meep City and then what the map does and who's actually there and the not safe for work environment, this down to third. If they're aware of all of this, I still don't understand like why then are y'all protecting these people though? Like, I understand you guys want profit and money and this, that, and the third, but what about protecting them? What about keeping these players there? What about what does that have to correlate with money? Just ban those people. You keep the community safe, make example out of people. You show them like, look, this person got banned, this, that, and the third got banned, and you show how safe your game is. You're gonna build trust, and with more trust means more players. If you have a good moderation system in place, you build trust with the communities, which means more money being spent, more players coming to your game. I'm just confused. Why protect these people?
there wouldn't be anybody for us to find. Roblox also claims that I'm moving these players to other platforms, but those platforms are linked directly on Roblox's own site. Roblox has actually even partnered with some of those platforms. They even own a bot on that other platform. Anyone can make an account 13+ and see social media links on Roblox, and unsurprisingly, people in real life have been abducted because of this feature that Roblox allows. And when they say I'm creating these situations, that's just insulting. I'm not creating situations. These predators are trying to grab people within your community.
Exactly. And there's a bunch of issues in here. Number one, the violation of our policies about being honest about how old you are. Number two, moving conversations off platform. And number three, waiting to tell Roblox when they identified violative behavior to come and tell us so we could take action.
And Matt Kaufman.
No, bro, because this is a serious, this isn't like a regular policy break or whatever. Bro, we're talking about predators here. Why would I go to you? I'd rather go to the police, FBI, whatever it is, and then come to you, or come to you as well, but tell law enforcement as well. Like, this isn't a regular everyday, oh, he broke the policy. Nah, bruh, this is a serious matter. And I'm sorry if they really are impersonating or whatever it is that they're doing, but the people are falling for it. These grown ass people are, let's go with their words, right? Are falling for technically talking to a minor. So that's on them. And for example, yeah, dummy Lee. So for example, like you said, 45% of the players would be gone, right? Obviously that's like a joke number. I see what you're saying. But let's say, bro, let's say 40% of the player base are predators or are people that break the rules. Ban them anyways and make it known. People will trust you more. And like I said, more players will come to your game, more kids and parents will trust your game more because you've built that safe environment for them. Parents want that. They want a safe environment for the kids. So let's say a mom is cooking, right? And the son is in the room playing Roblox. She can be mentally like stress-free, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna cook and not have to be aware of what the son is doing because Roblox would be considered a safe environment. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, ban whoever you gotta ban. People will come play your game as long as it's safe and fun, obviously.
Platform, being honest about how old you are. Number 2, moving conversations off platform. And number 3, waiting to tell Roblox when they identified violative behavior to come and tell us so we could take action.
In Matt Kaufman's own words, in articles about vigilantes, he said law enforcement officials are best positioned to investigate potential crime. So why is he criticizing us for going to the police first? And it's not like we're not even reporting these things to Roblox. We do. We give Roblox the same Google Drive that we give to the cops. They have the first chat log till the very end where they're in handcuffs. And we have numerous fully documented instances where Roblox refused to take action until after we released videos that got millions of views. Also, waiting to tell Roblox in general is a policy violation? If you were on Roblox and went straight to the authorities instead of reporting it to Roblox first, could you technically be violating Roblox's terms of service?
I think some of these groups started off in a really good place, and they started off, really, and they still do really care about the community. The actions that they were taking were putting our community at greater risk and were violations of our policy.
He says I'm putting the community at risk.
Nah, I constantly check when my brothers are playing since my mom doesn't know English that well, but I fully understand that mentality. Yeah, so when my nephews come over and they get on Roblox or Fortnite or whatever, I check to see what they're currently playing because my sister doesn't care, honestly. And that's bad. Same thing. She knows English, she understands it, but she doesn't know, like, to her, right, it's a game, it's Roblox. She doesn't know that kids are interacting with adults or there are lobbies and servers and maps dedicated for, like, like moms and grown-ups, they don't understand that. I see what they're playing just to make sure. And yeah, bro, sometimes, my little nephew talking about he got a girlfriend on Roblox, and now I have to talk with him like, be careful, like, it might be a guy, this and the third, and he'll defend it. He'll be like, no, that's my girlfriend. I'm like, just be careful, bro. You don't know who you're talking to, this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah, it's all about creating safe spaces so people can be like stress-free and stuff like that.
Actions that they were taking were putting our community at greater risk and were violations of our policy.
He says I'm putting the community at risk. Roblox even went as far to accuse me and my team of being similar to predators. Think about that. They're implying I am preying on predators. So to Matt Kaufman and David Bazooki, I'm very sorry for preying on the predators of your platform and getting them arrested and put in handcuffs because I didn't ever want to see kids go through what I went through.
These actors that were coming on the platform, they were reaching out to dozens and dozens of people, and the vast majority of those people were not responding to those engagements, and frankly were harmed in that process.
I'm gonna show you this predator I caught. I sent a message in the chat and I got this guy messaging me.
Yes, okay, how old are you? I asked him back how old he is, and he says he's older than 18. I tell him I'm years old. Do you mind me being younger? No, not really. If you can keep it a secret between us, though. And he.
What? Oh wait, can y'all even see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. Bro, this is on the game. He doesn't even care. Nah, not really. If you can keep it between us a secret. This is on game chat, like right there, top left. Oh my God. So yeah, so see, that also debunks what this girl is saying. Like, sure, they could have messaged like dozens of people, whatever, and if they didn't respond, as they should, bro, they don't have to respond. But when they're genuinely super down bad and that's what they actually like, underage, whatever, they will strike. They're like, oh my God, an opportunity is here. It's right here in front of me. I got to do it. So it doesn't matter who responds. If they respond, they responded. Okay?
What's good, Joshie? In that process.
I'm gonna show you this predator I caught. I sent a message in the chat and I got this guy messaging me.
Yes, okay, how old are you?
Oh yeah, I see it is.
How old he is?
It is private.
He says he's older than 18. I tell him I'm years old. Do you mind me being younger? No, not really. If you can keep it a secret between us, though. And he does Predator Strat 101. He asks for my Snap or Discord. The reason why he's asking for Snap is because the messages delete. I tell him Discord, and I get on Discord with him, and the messages begin right away.
Throughout that entire process, where did I harm anyone? Because the real harm was Roblox letting this game exist on their platform for years. It only disappeared after Hindenburg, an investment research firm, went ahead and exposed Roblox for hosting this experience. And conveniently, it vanished the moment they showcased this predator catch. Notice as well how I wasn't the one to ask for Discord or Snapchat. The predator did. These were the sort of people interacting with our decoys, and so many people are becoming victimized from people exactly like this.
They were normalizing policy violations on the platform.
What? Roblox's own algorithm recommends inappropriate items to people.
Popped white gum. You know exactly what that's used for. This is something he would buy. Cat girl stretching.
Inappropriate items to people. Roblox actively hosts working for children. Roblox themselves in this interview doubled down on one of the most infamous instances of inappropriate behavior that they've allowed for nearly a decade. And they're really going at me for normalizing policy violations. Absolutely unbelievable.
And the other piece is oftentimes the sort of evidence that was collected, the video evidence, was really difficult to verify, really difficult for us. And if law enforcement had to verify it, then they're talking about subpoenas. And so I think something that sometimes seems obvious to folks in the community really is just much more complicated on the back end.
I'm not sure how the evidence that I was sending you guys was hard to verify. I sent you guys screen recordings of us scrolling through the entire chat on mobile. And a lot of the stuff that happens is happening directly within Roblox. Like for instance, when Roblox refused to ban this predator, we got arrested in Hawaii. And he was literally talking in-game about planning the meetup.
I was just about to say that. I feel like most of the evidence would be here in game chat. Or if they're gonna subpoena some evidence or messages, they're just messages. Type in the person's name, right? You guys are CEO, mods, whatever, and just take their messages, see what's going on between person A and B, and that's it. I feel like it's really not that hard. And if the police are coming to you guys for information on Roblox, bro, about a potential threat, bro, just do it. I don't understand what's so hard about that. I don't find anything difficult. And that's the other thing. If the police can verify it, y'all can definitely verify it as well. Come on now.
In Hawaii, and he was literally talking in-game about planning the meetup in real life on Roblox. With all that being said, I wanted to ask someone who's been working with law enforcement and has been doing predator catching since before I was even born. So I decided to take a seat with Chris Hansen to catch some answers.
How the hell did
I'm Chris Hansen. I'm co-founder and correspondent reporter for the True Blue Streaming Crime Network. We do a lot of crime and investigative reporting. Our Takedown series, which exposes predators trying to exploit children online. And we also work on a number of documentaries, including this particular project, exposing the sort of thing that goes on Roblox.
I wanted to ask you about some of the comments that Roblox has specifically stated about predator catching. One of the main complaints is pretending to be a child. I want to know your answer. It's kind of obvious.
His team probably does that too.
Using decoy accounts to just find different predators.
Well, we couldn't do it without using decoy accounts. In the very beginning, we had an online watchdog group, Perverted Justice, do that work. And now, and for the last several years, it's been members of law enforcement who have posed as children online, merely sitting in one of these areas, and they wait to be approached by somebody who is seeking to exploit children. And then the conversation takes place. It all happens according to the law, and then that gets turned over. Now, I understand that anytime somebody is not with law enforcement, it gives pause to a corporation. It's like, okay, here's this kid. We don't know whether he's following the rules properly. We don't know if he's running this by a lawyer. Maybe you could argue that they just don't want that sort of activity on their platform, but you think they'd be more worried about the activity that you're exposing.
That's what I've been trying to get at this whole time.
Let's worry about that, number one, and then you can have a conversation with young Schlep. I mean, if I were the CEO of Roblox, I would make you an ambassador for security. I would get out in front of this thing and do what would be a fantastic promotional move. I'm a little
That's what I'm saying.
They haven't figured it out, given that these guys are in
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If Schlep has a record of getting 6 people in jail, as the CEO of Roblox, I would give him, bro, you don't even have to make him an ambassador or give him any special role. You would just give him a maybe like a special report system where he can send y'all the information or the evidence, and you guys can respond faster than going through an actual report option. Because reporting someone, right, you get in queue, you get in a line, and it can take forever. So giving him just a special channel where he can send y'all information and evidence and have someone maybe report back within, bro, a day, 2 days, 3 days. Done. Somewhere where he could send y'all even usernames or something, so you guys can then look up and see, oh, let's see this player's behavior. We don't see any wrongdoing here, no problem. We do see wrongdoing here, ban. That's it. That's probably the best thing y'all could have done, and it's the bare minimum. Easy. And then if y'all wanted, yeah, make him an ambassador, hire the man to work for you, you know?
I'm a little dumbfounded that they haven't figured it out, given that these guys are in the high-tech world who invented this stuff in some ways. You know, why don't they get ahead of it and get a young guy on their team?
That's
what I'm doing with you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. I learned a long time ago that if you're not listening to the youngest guy or girl in the room, you're missing opportunity. You have to evolve, and you have to keep on top of this technology, and you have to bring new ideas into the room to do your job. My job is to expose bad people. You are helping.
I mean, the thing is, I've made it very, very clear to Roblox since the beginning. Give us a private line. We are open to communicate with you. We want to talk with you guys. We
That's
know
the bare minimum,
really
easiest thing.
And the first official contact I had with them was the cease and desist letter.
From an image standpoint, I mean, you're killing the messenger, right? It's not like you're out there tracking these guys down with, you know, tasers and smoke guns. I mean, you're providing information to the platform to do something about it.
One of the major complaints that Roblox had about me was that I was actually going to law enforcement first before sending their report, just so that they would have a start to finish conversation of everything that took place. Did you guys ever reach out to social media sites before the sting goes down?
No, we always go to law enforcement.
Yeah.
We work with law enforcement in every sting we do. And that is to ensure...
I think what Roblox, I guess, cares about is being, having headlines where they're connected to the police. So like, police arrest so-and-so, Roblox this. Police get a Roblox predator, boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? So anytime there's law enforcement or police, the Roblox name is attached. So maybe that's why they didn't want him to go to the police first. They wanted him to go to Roblox first. But again, if you're not giving him a special channel or some sort of special treatment to allow him to, you know, for that one-on-one conversation fast enough, then what's the point? What's the point?
Successful prosecution. That's why the prosecution rate in these stings is, you know, like 99.1%. It's law enforcement first, then they can deal with the corporation. The corporation should be more concerned about reporting what it finds to law enforcement to investigate.
I'm going to read to you a quote from Roblox's corporate blog describing our operations. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonate my actively approach users and then try to lead them onto different platforms to have explicit conversations. We obviously do not talk to these predators. We don't impersonate real children. Our decoys are, you know, adults.
Well, I think if they're mischaracterizing what you're doing, that's wrong. Based upon what you said to me, you don't actively bait these guys in terms of making the first approach. You merely set up a profile as somebody who's underage, and you exist in that room until an adult approaches one of your decoys. And if a conversation takes place, they get exposed, and that information gets turned over.
What did I just read? Sorry, I was laughing because like he said, hi, I'm new. And then I connected that with an anime picture and Discord, bro. This is so bad. This is so bad. Anyways, hold on, bro.
And you exist in that room until an adult approaches one of your decoys. Then a conversation.
I'm okay with it if you're okay with sucking. I see. It's like he said, though, if he goes to Roblox first, they can delete the account or ban the guy. Yep.
And that information gets turned over.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
And in many cases, they do something, and then you report that both on your platform as a citizen journalist, a young guy working on these stories, and to Roblox to take action as a corporate citizen.
I thought it was kind of wild how they compared what we're doing to actual predators.
Well, if they're mischaracterizing what you're doing, yeah, that's horrible. This entire project is going to be healthy for Roblox, and it's going to be especially good for users of Roblox.
Thank you.
Because anything that creates awareness and a dialogue is important. And you need to tell parents that this stuff exists, that these dangers are out there, and that if your child is approached by a predator, they need to come to the parents. I mean, that's
There you go.
the first line of defense.
There you
It's great
go.
what you're doing. It's great what I do. It's really great that law enforcement and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children does all this work every day across the country. It's great that Roblox has a department that takes a look at some of this stuff. What's not great is the lack of connection here that could make it even better and safer. Until
Exactly.
that happens, we have to show parents what goes on here, and they have to have the discussion with kids and say, hey, be careful.
What made you like interested into like getting into Roblox?
You know, I was personally getting communications on social media saying, you need to look into this, you need to look into this, you need to look into this. And then we saw a big case down in Florida where a guy was arrested in Central Florida for...
Oh, that was him.
And actually giving them Robux and having them exploit siblings and other...
Didn't Schlep do it?
Down in Marion County, Florida. And so I started digging into it. We had good contacts with that sheriff's department there. And we actually, ironically, just did a predator sting, a takedown sting down there. So we started with an interview there. And it turns out that in the same jurisdiction, there was a year-old girl who was exploited on Roblox by a man all the way over in England. And so we interviewed that victim's mother, and all of a sudden all these cases started developing, including the lawsuit by the Attorney General in Louisiana.
It's interesting you mentioned Florida because we got an arrest there. We got it in Polk County, and it was a guy who possessed...
Oh,
County,
yeah.
As you know, is where Sheriff Grady Judd is, and they're very active in this space.
Oh, yeah.
We go to work with them as well. First of all, it breaks my heart, and I'm so sorry that you had to deal with this as a younger guy on this particular platform. The fact that you were bullied and preyed upon and advantage of, and that it went to the extent it did, it breaks my heart. And this is why we do these investigations. But to see you at your age turn it into a positive and do something about it, I think is incredible and admirable.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
For 42 or 43 years now, it's really cool because when I started on television, I was your age. I was 22 years old. So when I see a young person do this kind of work, it's very impressive to me because I know what it takes.
Yeah, I mean, it's very crazy when you start looking into this stuff. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. It only gets more disturbing the more you see it.
Well, and since we announced that we're doing this documentary and that you are collaborating, I am overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah. I saw a tweet on Twitter. It got like 160,000 likes that you're just even looking into the platform.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the thing. People have known about these issues for so long, but journalists haven't done enough to like really look into it. And now it's starting to break into the world where everybody is starting to like start to be aware.
Exactly. And see how it just backfires so much because now it broke into the world of the parents now, right? There's the online world where, us and, gamers and everybody's at whatever. And then there's the parents, bro. The parents, they're not very tech savvy. They don't really know what's going on. They still use Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And now it tapped into their world. And what are the headlines? Roblox bans a YouTuber who helps catch predators. Roblox is protecting these people. Roblox is this. Bad. Now, super, super bad because now the parents are aware that your game is trash. That's tough. What is this, Heesh? 7 Rings Dance. Yo, yo. Yo, what they got going on? What is this? Ariana dance? Diva laying down. I see. Alrighty. Look at this. Okay, what's this? What's this? Let me see. Yo, they know what they doing, bro. They know what they doing. Yo, pair this up with a certain skin and oh my, them kids are gonna be having fun. So instead of, siding with this person and doing the right thing and getting these people off the platform, no, they decided to ban him. And now the headlines, which have now tapped into the world of the parents, are just, negative towards Roblox. So it's just looking really bad.
Because that's the thing. People have known about these issues for so long, but journalists haven't done enough to like really look into it. And now it's starting to break into the world where everybody is starting to start to be aware.
Well, now you're seeing more mainstream, outlets cover it. And
Yep.
look, we have the ability to infiltrate this world because we've been doing it for 21 years. First with to Catch a Predator, and for the last 2.5 years at True Blue, our streaming crime network, with Takedown. So we know how to do this and work with law enforcement. Now, a lot of people can go out and do this stuff independently, but here you are, a good example of somebody who has done the work and given it to law enforcement.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the key here, because if you expose these guys and, you know, make fun of them and do a Borat kind of thing like some other content creators, they often don't face the consequences. They don't have to register as a offender. They don't get prosecuted.
Yeah, and I think the thing is too, a lot of the reason why I have to make this content is because we reach out to Roblox, we give them the emails, we give them all the information. They don't respond until after we publish a video that gets millions of views on YouTube. You know, it makes me concerned because if we're getting that, what are real victims getting?
Look, I understand a little bit Roblox situation here. What they're trying to do is follow the protocol. When they see something, they are mandated to report that to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which then refers it to law enforcement. And that's good, and they should be doing that. But why they wouldn't also take advantage of information given to them, wrapped with a bow around it, as you have done.
Literally.
It's stunning to me that they wouldn't see the opportunity here to be an ally of yours as opposed to somebody who, you know, they're making an example of and saying,
oh, for sure,
the rules, banning you. I don't understand that. From a corporate citizen aspect, it doesn't make sense. From a public relations standpoint, it doesn't make sense. And from a justice-seeking standpoint, it doesn't make sense. So I don't know, and I hope that during the course of this, that I'll get a chance to sit down with somebody at Roblox. And I have a feeling that's going to happen. But I'm going to be posing all of those questions when that interview takes place.
To young people who look up to you and see predators in online spaces, what is the single most important step that they can take to protect themselves?
I would be hesitant
Tell the
to
parent
tell people
first
to
or
conduct
something.
their own investigations. But I'm adamant that you got to report this stuff to your local law enforcement agency. You got to report it to the service provider. You got to report it to the platform. Hopefully, between those three things, you get some action. I think 15, 20 years ago, law enforcement would be a little overwhelmed by this and say, you know, if you're in a small town, you go to the police department, say this happened, they say, okay, well, you know, I'm not sure how to investigate it. Well, today, every department has the ability to investigate this stuff, and they are very willing to take these cases up.
It's an absolute honor to have Chris Hansen featured on this
Yeah,
channel.
that's actually kinda
Chris
crazy.
Hansen is flying me out soon to actually feature in his Roblox documentary about exploitation. With everything that we've learned so far, one question persists. Why did I get this cease and desist? I'll let this alleged former Roblox employee answer this question for you.
Alleged.
You have to make a decision, right? You keep your players safe, but then it would be less of them on the platform. Or you just let them do what they want to do. And then all the numbers look good, and investors will be happy.
Oh my God.
You might just be thinking this is one alleged Roblox employee. Well, Bloomberg is claiming that 8 Roblox employees told a very similar story to this in 2024. Roblox actively forces victims of the platform into arbitration, a tactic so unethical that platforms like Uber and Lyft actually have policies against doing this. The reason they're doing it is even more outrageous. Because this person received so many benefits from using the platform, he cannot now complain that Roblox is trying to prevent him from seeking justice in court for the life-altering harm he suffered. Here's why I personally care so much about this problem.
Who's been offered free Robux to do something
Oh
that was
my God.
inappropriate?
Yo, no, this is actually so dangerous, bro. If these people are offering kids like Robux, yo, they will do anything for that, because I got that for my nephews. I asked them last Christmas, I asked them, what do you guys want? And they said Robux. Son, so I had a little bag, right, with some paper on it. That was like the gift bag, whatever, it was my turn to give out gifts. So that was the first one I gave it to them. So I was like, here you go, like, here's the bag, open it. When they saw Robux, they got so excited. They were like, oh my God, you're the best uncle ever. Thank you, this, that, and the third. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, that's just Robux, but shit. They happy. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, like, they got so happy over that like they would, you know, they appreciated the Robux so much. So like, if someone online told them like, hey, I will give this to you, but you have to do this, they will do whatever that this is. And it's scary, bro. Oh my God.
In the game. Or someone has said, I'll give you some free Robux if you come and follow me on Snapchat or TikTok or something like that. Who's had that happen?
They will do it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Loads of you.
I've seen a lot of corruption in big tech, but I've never seen a company harm this many young people at the scale Roblox has. They can say whatever they want about safety or try to discredit
It's like
me, but
candy,
the arrests
literally.
and their response to those arrests speak louder than any PR statement that they could possibly make. This isn't just about moderation. The rot goes all the way up to the CEO, a man whose vision includes adding dating to this platform and defending predatory games like Meep City. It's not even negligence, it's his literal philosophy. The narrative around Roblox needs to change. People have to understand what this platform actually is. Share what's happening, talk about it. Make sure your friends, parents, journalists, and lawmakers know how deep these problems run. Call your congressman and tell him he won't stand by while Roblox puts children in danger. I've been sounding the alarm for over a year as a whistleblower, and Roblox's leadership has tried to silence me. What needs to happen is David Baszucki needs to sit in front of Congress under oath, and he needs to explain why so many people have been abducted and abused on his platform.
Oh my
and
God.
why his company is choosing profits over safety.
Profits over safety. Bro, if you ban these people, you will still have profit. The money's gonna be there no matter what. How rich are these people? How rich are these like predators that they need to like have them there? It's so weird to me, bro. You ban these people, nothing will happen. I mean, well, obviously justice will be served. They'll be banned, they'll be taken off, duh. But I meant financial wise, like there's not gonna be a dip in y'all's pocket. But anyways, bro, W Schlep, W Chris Hansen. I really do hope the documentary is, I don't want to say free, but like accessible, or I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I do want to react to it is what I'm trying to get at. I do want to watch it on stream. Hopefully I can do that. 5 million views, by the way, which is very well deserved, because what Roblox did doesn't make any sense, bro. Exposing, you know, I guess, yeah, going for profits over child safety. I don't understand. Let's be honest, the only reason a corp would willfully dismiss their issues is because they themselves are likely involved. I wanted to say this when we saw them have this little conversation here, that what if they're involved, but I don't want to push it that far, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, that would be kind of crazy. Like, this guy, bro, the CEO does give that kind of vibe, but I didn't want to say that because, bro, that's kind of, you know, it's kind of messed up, but we'll see, bro. The truth always comes out. We don't know. Their apology video is AI, by the way. That is crazy. If it is true, I would believe it, just because of how, what's the term? The term of PR. I hate PR. I hate how they have to read a script, speak a certain way. Bro, if you are generally sorry about something, and this goes for everybody, it comes from the heart. And it comes from you being a human, not a damn script or because somebody told you because it sounds better. That just never made sense. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to say that maybe they're involved or he's involved. They do give that vibe, but I don't know. I don't want to go there. But anyways, W video. Shout out Schlep, W Chris Hansen, and we'll see the documentary eventually.